having them come up right now and share with you what happened in their lives to RVP when they earned the position, and what happened to their lives residually, financially, that hopefully will inspire you to get the job done correctly and as fast as you can by work ethic. Let's start with Efren Tejada. Let's give him a round of applause, all of us.
My name is Efren Tejada. I was invited to come hear about ACN when I was 21 years old. The person that invited told me that it was a business meeting. I looked at my closet. I didn't have much business attire. Put on a suit that was 100% polyester that I used when I graduated from high school. Showed up to the meeting. My tie was halfway down. Raised by a single mom. I didn't know that ties are supposed to go all the way down to your belt buckle. But I showed up to the meeting. I fell in love with everything that this company represented. Fell in love with the concept of leverage. I got started. I did not break any records. I realized early on that this definitely was a marathon, not a sprint, and not to compare myself to other people that were going to build their businesses faster than I was. It didn't matter. What mattered is that I got there. So I built a business, and in the beginning, a bulk of my income was bonuses, but we kept on building and kept on working on myself. As I worked on myself, I started attracting better people into the business. About 6 years into the business, I hit regional vice president, and the day that I hit regional vice president, the organization had over 100,000 customers, and that day was unbelievable in my life. I was running around in the middle of the night on the street screaming. I went to have dinner that night with Mike. It was just an unbelievable day. Set your goal for regional vice president. It's all worth it.
Hello, ACN. My name is Saggese, and I'm also regional vice president with the company. Mike wanted me to come out just to tell a quick story about how residual income has impacted my life, and that's one of the main reasons why I got involved in ACN. I hope everybody out there, you got an ACN to develop a gigantic residual income, isn't that right? And that's what attracted me into joining the business. And my story, real quick, was before ACN, I was a general contractor. I owned my own company for 9 years. Did commercial work. I was brought up in a construction family, so that's the only thing I ever did before ACN. And what attracted me was the residual income. I mean, I was working construction work from 7 o'clock in the morning till 8 or 9 o'clock at night, 6 days a week. And I'm going to tell you guys, that's why I committed to the business, was to build a giant residual income. And I'm going to tell you, in the early days, it was a much different company. We were working with one service. We only got paid back when I got involved with ACN off of long-distance telephone service. That's how we made money back in those days. Someone had to make a long-distance phone call for any of us to generate the check. And we went to work to build that residual income. And I'm going to tell you, my first residual income check was $18 and change. And I'm going to tell you, I was excited about that check. Because I'm going to tell you, when you get your first residual check, if you're not excited, you don't understand the business you're involved in. Because I thought about it, I looked at that check and I thought, what could this become over some time? Isn't that right? And I'll tell you guys, what happened was, as we went to work, leaders emerged in my team. And people in my team, leaders came out of my team like people like Jeff Weber, okay, Mr. Efren Tejada, Mr. Mike Mazzuti. And I'm going to tell you, when I became a regional vice president, because understand, when you hit regional vice president, and I hope everybody in this room is striving to become a regional vice president, okay, for all the upcoming leaders. Because I'm going to tell you this, when I hit regional vice president, my team looked like an iceberg. You know an iceberg where the majority of your billing, an iceberg, the majority of the iceberg is below the waterline, isn't that right? And only about 20% of the iceberg sticks above the waterline. Now above the waterline at ACN is your 7 levels of pay. And I'm going to tell you, 80% of my team was past my 7 levels of pay. And understand, when you become a regional vice president, you get paid through all of your billing, no matter how big your team becomes. And when I got that residual income check after hitting after hitting regional vice president, I'm going to tell you, I almost fell down. Okay? It blew me away. I looked at the check. The first thing I thought was like, paying me for all the months since I started, compounded up till now. And what was amazing is that check came in every single month. And I looked at that check as a regional vice president, and I thought, what did this become? And then Spencer Hun got in the team. And I'm going to tell you, the team has grown so huge, so gigantic, that there are regional and senior vice presidents in my group that I have never met. And the team has grown to almost every country ACN does business in. And I never thought, being a contractor from Long Island, that I would ever get paid in euros. And I look at online, when I look at my back office and I see the transition rates from euros to dollars, I am just blown away when I see that. And when I first got involved, I did not know that this business was going to change the entire direction of my life, and that's what it's done. But think about this. Where are we going to be as a company a few years from now? Right? What could this mean for you and your family? What has residual income done for me? It's changed every aspect of my life. It's redirected my life. Awesome. Now, thank you.
That's inspiring. Just welcome everybody to the family, and just what residual income has done in our life. When we looked at this business plan 5.5 years ago, I was just in a situation after working 26 years of 100-hour weeks and 4 kids and home mom and everything, just trying to, basically for me, to get home with the family. I just wanted to be a dad. And when I saw this business plan, what I saw in the residual income was options. And I know that money doesn't buy happiness. We've had money, we've not had money at times throughout life. I've worked 26 years, but the residual income, you guys, I was blown away. In 2010, I remember looking at just the residual income portion, being a senior vice president. And every birthday you get that Social Security statement in the mail, and you add every year that you've worked and how much money you made each year for like 20, 30 years, right? Well, I took a calculator and added all that up over 26 years of working. 100-hour weeks, 3 jobs, 4 jobs, my own business. And just the residual income alone was 2 times more than we even made, or I even made in 26 years of working. Like, that was awesome. So, that's the residual income side. The most important side of me was the option just to come home and to be a dad, and I'm so thankful to have my son up here on stage, my beautiful wife, everything that they've done in ACN. And the biggest moment that I recently want to bring to you was Father's Day this year, when we're sitting at the dinner table and our son says the prayer, and he's just thankful that he actually knows his dad. He didn't know his dad for most of his first part of his life, and to be able to see that, to see him be praying for that now, to be working a business together, and to be having a blast, team coordinator, on his way to regional director in RVT, is just phenomenal. Trying to engage every good. So thank you very much.